be nervous.
All right, everybody, we're live with episode 32 of Just the Gi Top podcast. So today we have Rolando Samson on. So Rolando, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate having me on here.
And no problem. So just our regular podcast members, as always, Ahmed Tirani.
Good day.
We have Jordan Short.
Hello.
We have Rami Tirani.
Yo.
And we have myself, Adam Cousins.
And just quickly, just want to thank our sponsor, Pahada Gear. We're going to be coming out with a bunch of, there's a bunch of gear that they're giving us, and we're going to find ways to give it away to you guys, so stay tuned.
For anybody who has seen us wearing with the Skull Guy t-shirts, we had those before, so Pahada Gear putting out a lot of awesome stuff. So
yeah, so
you can check them out at pahadagear.com. It's PORRADAGEAR.com.
Nice. Rami's been practicing this.
Yeah.
All right. So, Rolando, maybe you could just tell us a bit. You've got an extremely impressive resume. You won Worlds at Blue last year, right? You got your purple on the title and on the podium, and you've won a bunch of medals at purple already. So maybe you could just talk to us a little bit about how you got started in Jiu-Jitsu and how that's gone.
I was 9 years old when I started. My dad brought me into Jiu-Jitsu because of the whole UFC thing and the Gracies and everything. So he thought it would be a good idea for me to do that. So I was like, I didn't know where I was going. He's like, all right, Rolando, get ready, wear shorts and a shirt. I'm like, okay. So I was like, all right, I'm kind of nervous. And then I went there and I was like, okay, I'm a kid and I was nervous, random. Didn't know anyone. So I was like, okay, all right, let's do it. I got beat up by a bunch of girls and a bunch of little boys that day. I remember it perfectly. But ever since then, I've loved it ever since.
So,
Awesome.
yeah, so sorry, 9 years old you started?
Yep, on and off. When I was 13, I had this thing called Osgood-Schlatter. It's a growing pain in the knees where the tendons get tight and everything calcium build up, where I couldn't walk for a long period of time. So my doctor didn't let me walk or anything, or do any sports or anything. So I was off for like 2.5 years.
And how old were you then?
I was 13.
Geez, so when you trained up to 13, you took the 2 years off, and then what? You felt better, and then you said, okay, I'm gonna start jiu-jitsu again, or did you ease back?
Yeah, I figured it was about time, to do something because I like being active. So I was like, all right, I'll give it another chance. I thought jiu-jitsu was my fault, that my knees were hurting, but I guess it wasn't. I tried it and I was like, man, I can't believe I stopped doing this. So I was like, dude, I love it. And so I never stopped since.
Is that something where, like, I obviously I have no idea about that, what you went through or whatever, but like, is that something where, like, could that come back, or could it injure you again or something, or does it have?
As of now, I have little aches and pains now and then, but I still ice and all the remedies of rice now and then. Yeah.
Sorry, rice?
Yeah, like, have you heard of rice?
Yeah, rest, ice, compression, elevation.
Oh,
not like actual rice.
No.
Not actual rice.
Oh, no, I know what rice. Yeah, the acronym. So I thought it was like, you ate rice or something. I don't know. All right, yeah, sorry.
Number one remedy, rice.
This is a great thing. I'm eating rice. Yeah, Rolando, when you were, so when you came back to Jiu-Jitsu, so what was the, like, you know what, we started a little later, so we never went through that, the kids' belts and stuff, like, I think there's yellow, green, and stuff like that,
Yeah.
So when did you start being in adult belt classes, like, yeah, do you know what I mean, like, well, when were you like a white belt comparable to an adult, or like a blue belt belt, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so the system is, it's white, yellow, orange, and green, and then when you turn 16, I believe, you get your blue belt. So when I turned 16, I got my blue belt, and then that's when I did the juveniles, but at smaller local tournaments, I fought adult.
Yeah.
So,
Nice.
yeah,
How'd you make out?
it was tough. I did pretty good. I think so.
Guys, humble.
Was that like you medaling? Like, were you winning those?
Yeah, I
tournaments,
medaled.
or?
I medaled every time.
Oh, okay, cool. And were you under like at Atos the whole time, like since you started, like with Galvao, or?
No, before Galvao came to San Diego, I've always watched Galvao, and then when he came, I actually was like, he was one of my biggest role models and everything. I like my whole jiu-jitsu like movement is over him. So when he came over here, I like really wanted to train with him and everything, and I tried it out, and I really enjoyed it. And I talked to my old professor, Alex Brandau, and he just thought it was okay with it and wanted the best for me.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
he gave me the go ahead to go train with Andre Galval. So
Well, that's what that says a lot there, man. Like, not
yeah,
too many guys will say, "Yeah, you can leave me and leave paying me and go to
Yeah.
someone else." Like, you don't hear that very often. So he
I
must have
think
seen, yeah, he must have saw something in you.
yeah. He's always been my first instructor, you know. But ever since then, he's always wanted the best for me, and then he gave me that go ahead, and then Professor Galval has been taking care of me.
oh, that's really cool.
So were you
So,
were you a blue belt when you went to train at Atos?
Yep.
so what's your schedule like right now? Like, are you a student? Do you go to school or
Yep.
what?
I'm full-time college student. As right now, I'm on spring break, but I'm going to Abu Dhabi tomorrow. So my spring break
That's
is in
not
Abu
bad.
Dhabi. Yeah. But my schedule usually I have school Monday through Friday. Uh, Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday I work out, and then I train at night. But usually Wednesdays are my homework days because I have a lot of homework, so I just work out Wednesdays and then do homework at night. But Tuesdays are there's competition class at 10, and then I get out of class at 9 a.m. So from 9 a.m. when I got out of class, I drive up about 30 minutes to Atos, and then I train the competition class, and then we rest for about a couple hours, like 2 hours. Then we drill again at 3, and then train again at 6. That's
Okay,
on
so
Tuesdays, and
so
then on
Tuesdays are like a
Thursdays,
full day.
yep, Tuesdays, but I'm doing homework. Always on the
Okay.
homework, yeah. And Thursdays I do competition class, and then I have my sister. She goes to school, so I pick her up and everything, and then I just rest and work out at Thursdays, and then Friday I just train at night.
And
Well,
weekends. Oh, sorry, Jordan. Jordan, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh,
what are you taking in school? It's kind of cool to learn what everybody else is doing in their spare time. I mean, not that school's spare time, but
yeah.
what are your goals in life?
Oh man.
What is your
Right.
goals, man?
It's a loaded question for a 19-year-old, but go
No,
ahead.
it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'll answer for you guys. Right now I'm doing my basics to transfer out because I'm going to community college as of now. I'm going to transfer out to San Diego State University so I can major in kinesiology. And then from there, I want to get my doctorate in physical therapy. That's the ultimate goal. And then
Nice.
after that, I want to open up a center for physical therapy to help people. And then maybe on the side to have a mat area, you know, to have open mats or teach classes or use that as a
That's so
That'd be
rehabilitation
so
center.
awesome.
cool.
Yeah.
You- you-
So
You're
I want a
like
whole center.
you're
Have it
like
all planned
messing
out.
people up on the side and then pushing them up.
No.
You can like generate your own business.
He's
That's
like
really
like
that's
hurting people on heel hooks and stuff.
Dude, that's something that's I mean that's obviously very amazing. I mean, you got some really big goals there. You have you answered it a lot different than what other guys would have said. Usually it's like, oh, I want to open a school or whatever. So you have no ambitions as of now. I mean, of course, life changes and you know
Yeah.
30 days at a time sometimes, but you have no ambitions on starting a school when you're a little older.
That's a goal, but honestly, I want a career set first. I want to set my career to be a physical therapist, and then I'll have that set, and jiu-jitsu will be like it's like a hobby for me.
So
I love
okay,
jiu-jitsu.
so yeah, of course, for sure. But like with that said, are you looking like are you in it for like the long haul as well?
Yeah, of course,
Is
of
your
course.
hope and aspiration for jiu-jitsu to be able to get to become a black belt world champion? Like is that actually because I know like it'd be nice for me to be a black belt world champion, but that's not happening.
No, it can happen.
It can happen.
Uh,
Don't say that.
Yeah, it can
yeah,
happen, man. You can
but
just stall. You can just stall.
but I mean like for you
seniors
it's
too.
like it's actually something that's in something that you're looking forward to. That's something
Yep,
like,
it
okay.
is.
Oh,
It is
cool.
for
That's
sure.
awesome.
I
That's
have the
really cool to hear,
people.
though, man. Like, you don't hear that a lot with like young people. You seem to like actually have a plan, and I mean, you don't. Yeah, like Ahmed said, like that's not the kind of thing that you get from young people too often. They have an idea what they want to do, but you have look like a solid plan. So
Yeah,
that's
I have the vision of my center already, already set.
That's awesome, man. No, seriously. We've had people on who are who train and we're like we asked the same question and oftentimes it's like the very canned answer of, I want to open a school, and well, yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that's I don't know. But yeah, just want to really quick. You don't train full time then, do you?
No.
You're not.
No.
And your accolades, I mean, are one of somebody who does train full time.
Yeah.
Do you see how that's unique? Like, you don't seem to get it.
I don't know. I just go to school, compete, and just enjoy life. You know, just going with the flow.
Like that's crazy. That's unique. That's like
Thank
we
you. I
had
appreciate it.
yeah, no, that's serious. I don't. Yeah, we don't give compliments very often, but we had we had Nick Green on last week, and he's kind of the
Uh-huh.
same thing.
Yeah, I actually talked to Nick too. He's a very busy man.
Yeah, man, he's like
Very busy.
he's over 30. He's traveling. He's got a career, and he trains
Mhm.
like 3 times a week, maybe. And like
Yeah.
he does well at the tournaments.
Yeah.
He's on the podium, right? And
And he's fighting adults too.
yeah, and he's doing adult exactly, which is amazing as well. So that's why I'm like, so when you're here's a question. Maybe it's a little maybe controversial, but you train with a lot of guys who train full time. It's their career, correct? Like,
Sir.
right?
Sir.
Yeah. So when you're out there and you're not doing that, and like, is there any sort of maybe animosity? Now, hear me out before I go on. It's like in my work, for example, in a career type thing. If I see a guy and he's like always like coming in 9 to 5 only, doesn't work extra, he just does the bare minimum. I'm not saying you do bare minimum, but he's doing the bare minimum. He's
Mhm.
getting promoted. He's moving up the ladder, and I'm like grinding at it, like it's like super hard. I'm not going, I'm not doing as well as the gentleman who's getting promoted. Do you get any of those feelings or like indirectly? Maybe it's like, oh, congrats, Rolando, but fuck that guy. He doesn't train as hard as I do. But like, do you get that sometimes or?
At the academy? No, not at
Well,
all.
not
Just in general, you're speaking?
yeah, just in general. I don't mean the academy. I
No,
mean, yeah,
I've got the stink eye before. Like we
yeah,
were just looking at me like crazy, like what's wrong with this kid? But
yeah.
I've never had any controversy with anyone like talking trash to me or anything. I've never
Yeah.
had that. Well,
Those
so far.
eyes, those
It's
eyes,
like,
that's all envy, man. That's all envy.
Yeah, you gotta watch
yeah.
out for that, man. That's the evil eye, man. You gotta watch out for that because I'm kind of giving it to you right now. Like, like you're in school, you're training 3 4 days a week, right? And well, I mean, and you're doing really well. So we have all your accomplishments listed here, but let's just go to the Worlds one, the one last year for Blue.
Mhm.
Did you do anything special to train for that? A lot of guys, I think Atos does this, and I believe other clubs in that area do this, where they have little training camps before major tournaments. Did you go through any sort of rigorous training, or was it just business as usual for you leading up to it?
Man, honestly, training at Atos, it's like training camp every single day. So every training session was like really, really hard, and then we did get rest days. So that was one thing different this year, or 2013 instead of 2012. That was different because we had more people come in, and then Andre was more strict on us. But other than that, training's always tough.
Okay, but there's not a particular like training regimen for the Worlds like leading up to it. It's just hard year long.
Yep, hard all year.
Okay.
And so, like, one other question, kind of going back to talking about like the fact that you don't train full time. Is that
Mhm.
something that you feel would act like? Because I know, like, I've talked to even Nick Green on the side sometimes, and he feels like training too much actually makes him feel worse. Do you feel like you have the perfect balance of training, or is there more that you wish you could be doing, or like what's ideal? What would be ideal if you didn't have to do? Like, yeah, go ahead with that. I'm
Uh,
eating my own words.
I agree with Nick with this, but because I was talking to Keenan also, he's like, if you train too much, your mind gets tired, you know. And then school's honestly my getaway from jiu-jitsu to think of like other than jiu-jitsu all the time. If I train too much, my body and my mind just gets really tired and I break down at times.
Yeah.
So I think it's good to like have breaks, you know.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I know like this doesn't compare that much, but I was training quite a bit at one time as well, and
Mhm.
I found that it just like burned me out. I started
Yeah,
to even kind of
exactly.
hate jujitsu a little bit,
Yeah.
and then
Well,
I'm
yeah, I mean,
training a lot more no, not casually, but kind of. but I feel like I'm making a lot more progression this way.
It's good,
Yeah,
man.
it's interesting you say that. Like I mean, I don't have the option to train a lot as well, just because
Hmm.
work and whatever. But 4 days a week plus like a couple days just at a regular gym seems to be more than enough, and I kind of don't want more than that anymore. You know what I mean? Like I was all about it. Like when I had vacation and whatever, I trained 2 times a day and do it like 5 days a week, and it just yeah, it did burn you out. I was sore all the time.
Takes a
I'm
toll
old.
too, yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, that's very interesting. I mean, but then on the flip side, you see guys who are see the thing with jiu-jitsu, and I think we've talked about it before. There's no off season. You have
No.
hockey and
Mhm.
yeah, you've got hockey and baseball and everything. There's an on season, off season. You got your time to relax. But jiu-jitsu, it's like there's like gi and then no
All
gi. I
year.
think it's all year long. So how do these guys keep up with it day in and day out, almost every
I think
single
it's because
day?
so many of them are broken by the time they're like a little older. Like how many?
Yeah, you can only train so much, your body needs a break.
Yeah, for sure. What so,
But
and in line with that, like what's your diet like with like supplements? Like do you follow like a very strict eating schedule or how does
honestly,
that
no.
work?
Everybody asks me, like,
He's
are you on a
19, man.
strict diet or anything? No, I'm not. Usually when it's time for like when a month or two before tournaments, like a big tournament there is coming, I usually try to eat a little more healthier. I usually do eat 6 times a day. I have to. Like I eat hungry all the time. So I usually do eat pretty healthy most of the time. But after the tournaments, I eat terrible.
Food
Terrible.
coma, terrible.
Yeah, but for supplements, I don't really take too many supplements. I like taking usually pre-workout when I'm completely tired. But other than that, protein shakes once in a while because I can't stand protein shakes. But
Yeah.
that's about it.
Very cool.
The other question I had, it was about your the weight class you compete in. You compete in light. When did you move up to light? I'm just curious because you started at the age of 9. I think you were competing as a juvenile.
Hmm.
So what weight class did you fluctuate to? Sorry, from leading up to now.
For when I first was blue belt adult, I fought light feather, and then feather, and then the first time I moved to lightweight was Pan Am's 2013.
Okay. What weight do you walk around at on
Um,
average?
on average, 163 and 60. I fluctuate in 163 to 165.
Oh,
Oh,
so
so
you don't
you're
really cut.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
you
like
don't cut.
perfect for me. Yeah, I don't need to. All I just need to do is eat healthy, and I'm good.
And we talked about this off air a little bit, but just for those who may not have heard, but well, actually not may not have heard, they wouldn't have heard because we're off air. But you have any ambitions on moving up in weight class? I guess you don't have to. You're 165, but as you get older, are you gonna like really force yourself to stay at light, or are you just gonna let nature take its place
Just
and
let
move
nature
up?
take its
Yeah.
place. Yeah.
Okay. Because it doesn't sound like you do any sort of weightlifting.
Yeah, I do. I do a
Oh,
lot
you
of
do?
weightlifting actually.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
must have missed that during
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think you
schedule.
said you're at the gym 3 days a week, right?
Yeah. I usually do it right after class on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
No,
sorry.
it's okay. Don't worry about it.
I must have missed that. Okay, so really quick, I want to go. Sorry, guys. Like you can jump in. Like I just have all these. I have certain questions I've written down. You guys can jump in and interrupt me. It's not a big deal. I'm sorry.
Go
All
ahead,
right.
guys. Lay 'em on me.
Okay. Are we allowed to mention some of the names of some of the people you've competed? Are you okay with that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. All right. No big deal. So Rami and I last year we went out to California and we
Mhm.
stopped into Cabrina's to train and just for whatever, just for fun because I want to see
Mhm.
Cabrina. I've never seen him. So we went there and I rolled with somebody and I was like, I didn't know who he was. Like I'll be honest with you, I didn't know at all. So I sat like, oh, you want to roll? He's like, he looked at me really intense and I'm like, okay, cool, let's roll. We roll and he just like wiped the floor with me, right? Like there was like no, there was no, I don't know, there was no give anyway. So I'm like, okay, cool, that was really good. And then I was talking to someone else, I'm like, wow, that guy's really good. And then they look at me like, yeah, that's Isaac Dorderlin,
Yeah, he's a
or
killer. I've always
whatever.
watched
Yeah,
him going up the ranks too. Isaac,
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
killer.
Yeah, he's a brown belt now. He's a brown belt. So
Yeah.
I was like trying to bolo this guy. Like he just, he just like.
That guy's Berimbolo is crazy
I
good.
know. He told me. I didn't know who he was. I'm like, I just thought he was just some purple belt, and he was like a little smaller than me. I'm like, oh, this is cool. Like I'll just whatever. And then later when they mentioned,
Ahmed went on like a West Coast bolo tour, trying to bolo everybody.
Yeah, didn't you try to bolo Henner too?
I tried to bolo. So, but anyway, so where I was going with this is I looked him up, and after when I got back to Canada, I looked him up. I'm like, oh, who is this guy? He must be really good. And I saw, wow, this guy is good. Like, but I ran across the match he had with you. That was in you faced him, didn't you?
Those are pro trials, right?
The pro trials in Long Beach.
Right.
I watched that live.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, I saw the video, and you made it look. I mean, I don't want to say it like maybe he had an off day, but you made it look pretty easy.
Oh man, it was not easy.
Yeah, no.
It was not easy at all with that guy.
But like near the end, I mean, I know it went to points. Sorry, can you tell me what the match ended in points? I forget. It's been a while since I watched it.
I think it was advantage, couple advantage. I don't know honestly.
Was it because near the end, didn't you have like a double leg or something like that, or?
I remember I thought he was gonna pull guard, so I went for a foot sweep, and then he shot in for a double, so he picked me up, and I tried to flip him over, and then he got an advantage, and then I got an advantage for that, and then he tried rolling, and then I got a seatbelt on him, and then I got past his guard at the end, the last couple seconds, and I got an advantage for that.
Right, because okay. So
it's like it's a really crazy exchange for anybody.
Yeah.
I think your mom even might have posted a highlight reel on one of the statuses we posted, or somebody. I don't know. I just clicked the link, but there was a highlight that's posted on Just the Geek page. You can check it out.
Steven.
For anybody who hasn't seen it, it's a sick highlight reel.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. And
thanks, guys.
So like I was getting at is that he is, to me, I thought he was like a beast, and then you just kind of, yeah,
I think he's a beast.
You just did, you had a really close match with him and what have you. So he's a full-time, so this is where I was getting at a little earlier. He's a full-time guy, trains full-time, because I was speaking to some people at that academy who saying, yeah, he's here all the time, all day, every day. Cabrini is making him work really hard for his brown belt, and that's, and then a gentleman like yourself comes on, and it's like, oh, I'm in school, I want to open up a physio thing, like really, like, kind of just, I was here to have fun, to compete, to have, like, what I mean?
That's
like,
the ultimate goal, just have fun.
Yeah, no, and that's cool, but that says a lot. Like, and the thing is I don't think you get that. Like,
Ahmed is really trying to push this point home.
No, like, I want you to admit on the air and go, yeah, that's pretty boss. Like, you should say, yeah, like, oh, you want this guy.
Yeah.
I'm an ordinary guy.
Before the podcast, we were talking, and Ahmed was like, so, do you have any plans to move up to middle at any point? And he was just trying to fish to make sure he didn't have to face him at work.
I'm making my first and last run at Adult Worlds. All right, so for those who don't know, I'm 36, and I'm going to do it because whatever.
That's good.
I'm just going to go see Rami. He's in San Francisco. I'm going to go visit, make it a little, hang out a little bit. There's some other guys from the area here we're going to go. And, so I was asking him, I was like, I'm doing middle. And I'm asking him, are you doing middle? Because I thought I read somewhere you were thinking about doing middle. I read it. And
Ahmed's going to register as Atos just to make sure he's on the opposite side of the bracket.
No, but it's funny you mentioned that. Like, I see that a lot because, Rolando, you guys there's Atos in San Diego, and you have Atos with
Costa Mesa.
Right. So you guys automatically get set. That's how the IBJJF algorithm works, right? They will set you on the other side of the brackets automatically. They won't put them on the same, or do they look at the city? Do you know?
Honestly, I don't know. Their system's weird because I fought my teammate in Costa Mesa twice at NoGi Worlds.
Okay.
And then Gi Worlds. I know Gi Worlds at Blue Belt, and then Gi Worlds at Blue Belt as well.
But Costa
the
Mesa,
2013 one.
Costa Mesa, is that really your teammate, or is it just kind of the affiliate? Like, it's just the affiliate, right?
No, we're teammates. We're teammates. We're all teammates. We all help each other train. We drive back and forth to train.
Oh, I didn't know it was that close.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. Okay. So,
But those are such like both those schools are so like big and full of talent that I think you almost can't avoid that when that happens, right? Like those are very well-known schools. They have like guys who medal on podium all the time. Like I think it's almost impossible to avoid that completely.
yeah,
Yeah,
no, yeah, yeah.
there's so many guys now. It's like it's hard.
So, do you have so like over at your school, obviously Andre Galvao, he's got
Hmm.
his superstars in certain weight classes. So you have Keenan Cornelius, who's still medium heavy. Liera, who's a lightweight at brown belt. Sorry, Keenan's at black belt. Yourself, you're at purple belt. You're a light. Um, do they kind of organize it? Maybe it's a weird question, but do they organize in such a way that okay, we have Rolando Samson, he's our lightweight purple guy. Do they kind of avoid to have another lightweight purple guy who competes as much as you as well? Like, do they try to
No,
pass the torch
never.
on to others and stuff? No, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I know what you mean. No,
yeah,
that's just we just train to fight,
okay,
and then that's the thing. But he never like sets people up. He just helps us,
yeah,
So I think like we don't separate from like Lier's is over there and I'm gonna be over here. That's
right,
not how it's gonna be. We're just gonna be training together to help each other,
okay.
just because we're
No,
the
but
same weight.
see what I was getting is that we have some schools. Well, there's one school in particular I won't name it, but there's one school I know that they actually promote. Like, so for example, let's see, you and Lyra is a great example because you're both lightweights and one belt level apart. So he would keep you at purple belt lightweight until Lyra moved up, and then you would fill his spot.
Oh, I don't
Okay.
know. Whatever professor chooses.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's what I was getting at. I'm not saying like,
Okay. Sorry
yeah,
about that.
just no, no, no. That's okay. No, it's just a weird practice. I wasn't sure if whatever. The other one I had. Sorry, guys. Last one. This is the last one.
You should be sorry for asking questions on this
Don't
podcast.
Yeah,
ever,
I
don't
think
ever
questions
ask
are
what you
what
guys
make
want.
yeah,
No, no,
questions
no.
make
It's just
content
because
on this
like
podcast.
no, I'm just gonna keep firing them off. So the other one I had a question about is
Not the last one, right? Not the last
not
one.
the last one.
No.
All right, cool.
in this chain of questions, but do you ever do you guys get again? Sorry if it's too far. Do you get personal attention if, for example, a gentleman like yourself who's won worlds or Lyra who's well accomplished versus another guy, let's just say I came in there and I joined your school and like would I get the same level of attention or is it every
Oh
guy
yeah.
treated equal?
Usually, yeah. Usually you get the same attention. No one ever like evades anyone. Everyone just helps each other out. So if you came in, everybody will come with you with open arms, helping you get better and better till so you can help us get better. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know if I'd help you guys get better.
You would help us out.
You guys would just smash me and then like
No.
I try to bowl all
You
you
should
guys.
come down next time. Anytime you're down in San Diego,
Yeah,
just come down.
I'd love to. Rami, is Worlds near San Diego? I don't know the
No,
California
it's in
geography.
2 hours
LA.
away. 2 hours away.
Oh, is it?
We could still make
Yeah.
the drive.
Well, you know what? You're gonna have one of our training partners. He's coming down there, I believe. Make sure you smash him. His name is Mike Briers. He will
He's
be.
he's
Oh
a
yeah,
two-time Just the Gi Top podcast alum.
Yeah, yeah. He'll be there. So he's gonna. I think he's training there for like maybe a couple weeks or so, or whatever.
Oh,
So
okay.
so smash him when he gets there. Make sure to do that. Going up to World. Oh, yeah. Sorry, that was my last one. Sorry, you guys go. Sorry.
I thought you said that wasn't your last one.
No, I know it's not. It will be lots more later, but
Rolando's gonna smash you if you don't answer.
No, I'm not.
no.
Alfred is like the president of the Rolando fan club right now.
No, no, man. Look, you've
You
seen
do
this-
seem a little bit giddy, man.
Hey, man, I'm a fan. I'm a
Thank
fan.
you,
What can I
thank you.
say? Like, I'm just shooting these. Like, especially now, he really turned face here because, like, you look at his picture that we posted, and he's got like, the vascularity showing. He's screaming and stuff. But then when you talk to him, he seems like a normal kid. That's
Like
I
a
call
normal
you-
kid just
yeah.
pursuing a regular career while doing
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, with like world medals on the wall.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's
So what do
far
you
from
have
a
there?
normal kid.
You have your world's medal. You've got your world's NoGi medal. And what's
Yeah,
the third one?
my dad actually did this for me. The one on this side is my 2011 World at Juvenile, And then this one was at 2012 NoGi feather. And then this one over here was last year, 2013 blue belt lightweight. And then my dad, he's gonna hang my 2013 NoGi one at purple belt.
Yeah, cool.
That's awesome. So how have you found the transition to purple? I mean, you've obviously had a lot of success already since moving up to purple, but how have you found the transition in terms of the competition so far?
Just training every day with Liera and Carbolito and all those guys at Atos are just like they kill you, you know, like they just drive you and motivate you. So that made the transition a lot easier. I was nervous, honestly, you know, it was like purple belt. It's like, oh my gosh, these guys I've always looked up to, you know, and I'm at their level yet, but I'm not there yet, you know what I mean? But that's why when I went against Isaac, I was really, really nervous, you know. And then I was like, man, this guy is like one of my inspirations like for jiu-jitsu, and I'm finally going against one of them. So it was weird, very nerve-wracking though.
That's cool though, man. Like a lot of the time, you can work yourself up. You get like somebody's reputation in your head, and you can psych yourself out before you even get on the mat.
Yeah,
And
honestly, I psyched myself out when I went against Isaac. I did. I was like, oh my gosh, this guy is sick, you know, like his guard is like his passing sick too, everything. So yeah.
Jordan, is that what happened at the Niagara Open yesterday? You were afraid of Chris Lee Burns' podcast fame?
that's exactly what happened, man.
Actually, though, kind of related to that, though, we do have a question here on the YouTube channel. I'll see if I can throw it up here. Just about Edwin Najmi and if you consider him to be one of your rivals now and how you deal with his footlocks. Have you competed against Edwin?
I have. He beat me twice at blue belt, and then I beat him at purple belt. But I don't consider him as a rival at all. I don't consider anyone as a rival, honestly. You know, we're all competitors. We're all winning. We all want to win, but there's no rivalry in anything for me.
You might have like the best mindset of anybody in jiu-jitsu. This is amazing.
Yeah, like, if I lose to one guy once, he's my rival.
Well, yeah, there's always that drive in you, you know, like you want that person to beat you, you want to beat him, but I don't want rivals, you know, I don't want to create any like tension between anyone. But there's always going to be tension. That's what makes it exciting.
Yeah.
Stop making us fall in love with you more, man.
I know Rolando's like the sweetheart of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, in my spare time, I work in the soup kitchen. I donate, so you know, that's great. Adam, we have sorry. Do we have another? Oh, sorry, Adam. I'm sorry. You're listening to questions on YouTube.
Yeah, no. Actually, there was another one that just popped up that kind of relates to a conversation we had with Nick Green the other day about game plans. So here it is. So yeah, so what are your thoughts on going into a competition with a set game plan versus just totally winging it based on what your opponent does? So what do you research your opponents, try to game plan based on their game, or do you go in just trying to force your own game on somebody? How does that work?
I used to do research a long time ago on that. I psyched myself out doing that because there's so many other competitors, and if I couldn't find that person's video, I'm like, oh my god, what are they about, you know? But Professor Gava just taught us, you know, just go and set the pace, and then if you know what the guy's gonna do, then you gotta beat him first to it. So that's how I go in. I just go with flow.
So you're just kind of going in trying to force your game on somebody else for the most part.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. But if I know what, because usually if I don't fight them, I usually watch them beforehand in case I do have to fight them, and then I usually avoid what they do.
Oh, so do you actually watch them as they're because I know a lot of people who they see their mat going and they just like won't even look at the mat just because it kind of psychs them out if they have to face it.
Yeah,
So
I
do you
don't
actually
look at
like
my
watching?
own mat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I usually look at like the people I know usually.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. All right. No, that's a good answer.
I'd just like to point out, Ahmed, before you go on, that
sorry. Yeah.
like just like a minute ago, I mean, I know that you don't always see yourself as like a Canadian, but you just apologized
Oh, wait. Hold on,
like
what?
4 times within like 10 seconds. So
Wait,
Okay, well,
what?
There you go.
no, I don't. Okay, I don't know what you said, but going back, I don't identify myself as a Canadian.
Here.
Well, what do you?
Not always. Because Ahmed, he's Lebanese, so he likes to pump that. He doesn't like to consider himself like too Canadian.
No, I am, but what I'm getting at is that. No, I don't want to get into
Yeah,
that.
he's saying he's saying it now.
I just stopped it. No, I just stopped it. Anyways, but what did you say? I tuned out after you said I don't think I'm Canadian. So, what did you say?
I just said that you apologized like 4 times within 10 seconds.
That's Canadian. Yeah, so now I get it. I get it.
You're very Canadian.
Oh,
Is that a Canadian thing?
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, it is. They apologize all the time, those guys. I don't know why.
Ahmed's gonna be like drinking a
tend to
lot
do
of
that.
maple syrup next podcast.
Do you have any misconceptions of Canadians, Rolando?
We
Never.
can try to dispel them right now.
No,
Yeah, just say-
no.
Have you ever wondered like something about them that?
I have a team named Louis. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. He's a purple belt, light feather. He also does a lot of football. And it's so hard to understand sometimes. Is that like common in Canada?
This foreign language, whatever it is.
Accents everywhere, or
Well, was he a French Canadian? You know, because
I don't know honestly.
He might be a
He
new.
said he's from Canada.
Yeah, there's like this one part of Canada I don't even know what the hell they're saying. It's really
Yeah,
weird.
if you're from like Newfoundland or the Maritimes, there's some like smaller communities out there that have some crazy accents.
Well,
Oh,
it's
okay,
it's
cool.
like like Americans. You guys got like the South and all that. Like I don't understand what.
Yeah,
they
there's
say.
so many different lingos. It's ridiculous.
So
Like I get confused still.
that's awesome. Let's keep on with the prejudice comments, guys. Well, what else are you gonna, what other nation? Can yeah, there's one question I want to read, but Adam, I don't know if you can get to it. It was an answer.
Yeah, I can't show it because it's
Yeah.
a comment on a question. But go ahead, Ahmed.
Okay, sure. It says this is from a guy named Pandu Sauce.
Oh yeah,
Oh, you know that person?
I don't know who he is, but he always comments on the videos of mine.
Oh wow, so he's like a fan. He's like this is.
It's actually Ahmed.
It's been me all these years.
Really?
No, Pandu Sauce, this one's for you.
Thanks, Panda
XOXO.
Sauce.
So how did Rolando manage to move up a weight class, putting on a bunch of muscle? Yeah, he's a big fan of yours. While managing to do something so cardio intensive as BJJ. Also, did he feel all the muscle would slow him down? So I read the
I
word
think
for
it's-
word, but it's
Yeah, I think he's asking if I gain weight, did I get slower?
So, yeah. And all your
So
bulky
this is-
muscles made you slower. I think that's what it says.
Get a little closer, Ahmed.
go.
See if you can get like right up in there.
Dude, these glasses, I gotta change these glasses.
It looks like you're trying to read the lens.
Yeah, so yeah, man, go ahead with that. That's a good question, actually, because yeah, I put on a lot of muscle too sometimes. No, it's a good question. You can answer now, Rolando. You can go ahead. Unless he's frozen. Is he frozen?
I think he froze.
Oh shit, he froze.
Has this happened?
I don't think so. This is the first time.
Oh, he looks really happy in the picture that he's frozen, though.
Yeah, he does. That's okay. You know what? He'll join back. It's not a big deal. Let's just discuss.
While we're taking this break, we'd like to thank Bohada Gear. Bohadagear.com. PORRADAGEAR.com.
For anybody who is a fan of the podcast, you'll see that Rami has been practicing spelling gear. So we've come a long way.
All right, cool. We have Rolando back.
Sorry guys, I don't know what happened there. I'm sorry.
No, that's good. That's good.
I had a panic attack right now. I'm like, oh my god.
It's all good.
No, we were gonna wait anyway.
Okay,
Like,
cool. So
yeah,
back to the question about my bulging.
Yeah, you're bulging muscles.
Muscles, yeah.
My sponsor Elite Pro put me on this supplement program, just drinking protein and like glutamine and all those things to keep my joints strong. But my conditioning coach, Freddie Arcana, he puts me in this workout where like I do a lot of cardiovascular included in muscle region. I use a lot of power movements as well, like deadlifts, bench press, leg presses, all those. But honestly, I feel like I got it a lot faster than slower. So if that answers that.
Yeah, that's a
So,
great answer.
so what
Yeah,
type
I feel
of
fast.
you mentioned that that you do cardio and lifting, but like what's a typical workout at the gym for like for you, sir?
Oh man, it changes every time, honestly. But half the time we do more like knee movements for me because I have bad knee. So I like to do a lot of knee strengthening exercises, and then a lot of I love deadlifts for some reason. I love the feeling of like using all my energy in one movement. But a lot of power and a lot of agility, speed, like ladders. We do a lot of those, and then so many like kettlebells, usual workouts like lat pull downs, triceps, biceps, lunges.
You got to do the curls to look good on the
Yeah,
beach.
the curls are for the girls.
Curls for the girls.
It is. Yeah, it offers no functional whatever except for the girls there. There was another. Oh yeah, there's another one here. It's from Mason Mansaves, just to
Oh,
geek top.
my buddy.
Yeah,
Um,
he's just saying good luck in Abu Dhabi.
oh, I was gonna say something else. I was gonna say something like he's talking some mad shit about you, but no,
Thanks. Thanks, Mason. Thanks for always coming down and training.
yeah, that guy's another sweetheart. You guys like are like
Yeah, what the hell is this? I thought
Yeah.
Jiu-Jitsu was supposed to generate like monsters.
yeah, like total bros and stuff, and a big attitude and stuff. But you guys are like really good guys. It seems. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
as I thank my family for that.
Oh come on!
My family and my girlfriend.
Oh, you got the girlfriend. Okay, cool. So,
Yeah.
that's does she train with you at all? I know. No.
She doesn't. She works out though. She loves to work out. She actually deals with my grumpiness when I'm training. You know how we talked about earlier. If we train too much, we get grumpy and we just get irritated with our bodies just sore and everything.
Mhm.
So she's over there just to keep me calm, keep me sane. But she usually she actually like pushes me like, Rolando, you gotta finish your homework. You gotta get this done for school. Because most of the time, I just want to sleep.
Yeah.
I honestly just want to sleep. But she pushes me to do it, and she gets on my case about it. So, but she loves to work out, and she wants to work out, so I gotta work out.
That's cool, man.
So-
Just
No, go ahead.
no, I'm done. No, I'm done.
Okay.
No, you're not.
I was just gonna ask, with we're talking about like Mason and yourself and just the super good attitude. Is that something that sort of Professor Galvao sort of promotes, like in terms of
Yeah,
training at the club, like a big family kind of atmosphere? Or?
Yep. As I said earlier, we always have open arms to anyone who wants to come. We never like want to hurt anyone or like bring anyone down. We usually just lift each other up. If we know someone's like slacking in the training, we usually yell at them or like push them. But usually just talks to us. If anything's wrong, he always has group meetings or team meetings for all the athletes just to talk to see if they need to talk about anything. But usually he just like stays positive for us. He always drives us and everything.
That's amazing.
May I go on to mine?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, you know what? Sorry. So again, I just want to clarify, everyone. Like when maybe if you see a pause or whatever, you're like, oh, they don't know what to say. It's not that. It's because that we're fielding other questions and other things going on.
Sometimes it's that.
Well, sometimes yeah. Sometimes we do just.
It's just like
I rewatch. I always rewatch the podcast because I miss a lot. So if Jordan's asking me a question and you're going, then I'm checking YouTube, the comments section. You know what I mean? So it's
Or Ahmed's doing his banking.
or I'm doing or I'm doing like grown up stuff. So yeah. So no, the other question I had is when you guys train, like, and you can be honest, who gets the best out of who? You or Liera? And that's probably Liera. But have you ever caught him? in training. What
Yeah,
can you not say?
we always go like boom, 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 like all the
Yeah, yeah.
time. I love training with Lear. He's just like his game is so awesome, you know. And he always pushes me too. He asks me, "Do you want to drill? Do you want to go?" But Lear gets me most of the time, yeah. But I get him sometimes.
See, now that's what I like to hear. He puts it out there. That's awesome. What about the other one I want to ask is, are you allowed to like roll with like Keenan and all those guys,
Oh
or is
yeah,
it
all the
like
time.
yeah?
Keenan
Okay,
and
okay, I
JT,
wasn't
yeah,
sure.
all the time.
And do they
Usually
finish it?
Keenan, yes, Keenan just that guy is just so he's everywhere. When you roll with him, like you can't find him because his legs are strong. He's so flexible. But with JT, he's just so demoralizing when he rolls with you. It's like his pressure is so crazy and he's so strong, and it's like it's awesome, you know. But it pushes me, so I just love training. I like getting beat up. If that sounds kind of weird.
Um, in regards to getting promoted over there,
Hmm.
I don't think you guys use a stripe system, do you?
We do,
Okay,
but
so
it's
sorry. So where I was going with that is, do you know, like your professor Galvao, does he put more heavy emphasis on competition? Does he put emphasis on just putting your time in and improving, or you know what I mean? Like, so for example,
it's
yourself, you do very well in the tournament circuit. You'll probably would you get promoted faster than maybe a
no, it's all
casual guy?
time. It's all time.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, okay. No, that's my question. Do you feel that tournament exposure is important in getting promoted?
I believe so. I think it shows him that you're like you really want it, you know. It shows him you're working hard, and I believe that makes a difference for anything. But there's two types of people. There's the competitors, and then there's the people who do it for fun, you know. Like I'm not trying to be rude, but the older people,
Mhm.
they're there to like have a pastime, you know, like because they can't. It's not like football or basketball,
So
you know.
like people our age.
Come on, man.
Me, Jordan, and Adam's age.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but but yeah, there's always those type of people that I've seen that there's just two different ways, you know. But usually a professor he just makes us put in our work, put in the time.
Do you guys get a ton of visitors there too? Like, and
Oh yeah,
does that
all the
impact your
time.
training at all? Like, does it make it hard with so many people visiting all the time?
Professor's like really good with that honestly, because usually during camps we get at least like 40, 50 people on the mat, you know. So he knows how to work the training where everybody gets a really good training. But it gets tough, you know, because sometimes you have to stop because there's more higher belts than anything. So you have to move because it's a higher belt, right? So it does get tough. But it's really good because we have like different fields or different styles of people from everywhere else. So that's what I really love about it because there's a bunch of visitors.
Do you guys
Uh,
get people that come in and they're like, they wanna put a notch in their belt, like I wanna get Rolando, I wanna get him.
I feel like there's some of those people for everyone, you know. But there's always that one person who's just like, oh yeah, can we train? And
mhm.
me, I'm like, sure, why not?
So if you don't know them, do you just smash them just to be safe?
There, there's a point if like they like do something really aggressive out of nowhere because usually I go light or like not light I like 60%, you know, just to be like, all right, cool, you're a visitor, we'll go light, then we'll turn it up later. But
Mhm.
sometimes when they like go like right away, I'm like, oh my gosh, what the heck? And then that's when I turn it up, like.
See, Isaac just did it right away. I didn't even try to turn him. I was very,
It was
I was
when you
very.
tried. It was when you offended him by trying to bolo him. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I did
You
it at
follow
like
Isaac, that's
40.
offending him.
I did it at like 40%, and then
It's
No,
like
you
when
gotta
you
get like,
rolled. It's like when you
but
rolled into Torrance and tried to bolo Henner.
you know
100%.
what? I'm not a fan of Hanner. You know what, Hanner, if you're listening, because he didn't even stick around for a photo. Like that's how offended I was. Like,
oh,
he came and he came and introduced us. He's like, I'm Henner. I'm like, I know who you are. Okay, no big deal. And then he picked me and Rami. He's like,
yeah.
and he goes, Rami, let's roll. Or he didn't call him by his name. You, let's roll, and then whatever. And then okay, so this is what happened. I was talking to a guy I was rolling with, and then Henner looks up to me while he's like smothering Rami, and he goes, "Did you say something?" Like to me, I'm like, "No, talking to this guy, and like he just hated me, and like so.
That's kind of weird.
I know, but
That's
like
scary.
I should get him on the podcast. See if
No, he's not gonna want to after you said that.
I'm sure he
I'm
remembers.
not.
I'm sure he remembers his role with you fondly, Ahmed.
he disappeared. Like he actually ran away, man. But no. Anyway,
Yeah, for our black belts, we honestly after training, we all talk and then we try to how do I say it? Dissect positions that we do during training, and they're always open for pictures all the time.
that's awesome.
Very nice people. We don't tell you like that.
Yeah, because I've even ran into so many, like I ran into Galvao, I did American Nationals, and I did like a bunch of tournaments, I did the pro trials and stuff, and like you can go up to those guys and ask pictures, it's never a problem. That's why I was so like put off by what happened. It's strange.
Yeah. You're like, I thought everyone would wanted this.
Well, no, but like let's be honest. Like these guys must get like, first off, your fan base is mostly dudes, right? And
Yeah.
it's like, and they're coming up to you, like, can I take a picture? Maybe they're put off by it. I don't know. Like, I think it'd be great if people want my picture.
I love taking pictures of the dudes. Come on.
Yeah. Like,
It's a really good feeling, especially when it's kids. You know, kids are the best.
Rolando, listen, man.
I'm sorry.
Orlando's about to go like build a church in some
Yeah.
country now.
I'm going to. He's not going to Abu Dhabi. He's going to like some missionary. So just really quick about Galvao, if you don't mind. I know we have you on, but I thought I'd ask a question about him. He's doing Worlds, right?
I believe so. He is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he get other guys to come in from other schools to come help him train as well, or does he just stick exclusively with the black belts he has around him?
Usually we have like the affiliates come, or like any of that visitor that comes. Like we had Tiago Silva from Australia. He came in for Pan's camp, and then usually for Worlds last year we had a lot of people like Ari Farias, Davi Ramos, Satoshi.
Nice.
Marco Souza, a bunch of guys, and then the Mendez brothers came down too to train with us, and then we would go up there. Well, I couldn't go up there; I had school, but every time they came down, it was just so fun. But he usually any visitor he trains with, you know, he always trains with the visitor no matter what.
That's awesome.
Usually, he just accepts anyone.
Sweet.
It's just like a big happy family, man.
Big happy family with the most well-behaved child.
Yeah.
Rolando's like the poster boy of that school, man. I'm telling you.
No, no.
No, I'm not. Okay.
All right. Rolando, do you have any sponsors that you want to thank? Kind of getting close to wrapping here, but is there any sponsors that you want to do a shout out to at all?
I just want to thank Moya Brand Guam for just helping me with the keys and everything, just motivating me. Elite Pro Nutrition for getting my supplements in. A3 Athletics for my workouts, and who else? Jiu-Jitsu Mundial. My family, of course. My family. Gotta shout them out for sure. My girlfriend, my sister. And just everybody at Atos for just keeping me motivating, and the kids, the kids are my drive. So if I can motivate them, then they can motivate me back. So, and you guys, of course, thank you guys for having me on here. It's a huge honor. I really appreciate it.
I don't know about honor, but no, it was awesome. Like I said, Rolando, I reached out to him a couple of weeks back to ask if he'd come on and eat without hesitation. He said, yeah, that'd be cool. So Facebook's a great thing, Twitter, everything. Like guys like yourself, they're very accessible, and we appreciate that.
Yeah.
So it makes things easy for us. So that's awesome.
Yeah, I don't have a fan page. Of course, I don't want a fan page.
No,
I
why
don't need
not?
them. Yeah.
You should.
No, I don't think I'm there yet. You know.
Ahmed might build you one after this, though.
I'm gonna make a real website for you. Like,
Yeah, I don't think I'm qualified enough to have a fan page, but I do have an Instagram and a Facebook.
All right. Well, what's your Instagram?
At Rolando _Samson, that's just basically about like my family, me, what I do, just life, how I live life.
Cool.
And then Facebook, I just like Facebook. I just see a lot of videos. I just like and share them. A lot of memes and stuff. I love the Vines, dude. It's so funny.
That's awesome. All right. Just we mentioned earlier we have a big important announcement for next week's episode. Adam, what time is next week's episode?
It's 1 p.m.
Is
Eastern.
it 1 p.m. Eastern on Saturday?
So 1 p.m. Eastern, and that's what 10 p.m.
10 a.m.
Yeah.
10 a.m.
Pacific, yeah.
Yeah.
10 p.m. Yeah, we're gonna have very special guests. For those who don't know, Agent Coulson from Agents of Shield, from the Avengers movies, and a couple others.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he got his brown belt from Machado,
Nice.
and my wife is like a super huge fan of his, like big time, and
So she's gonna be like right here in your screen, huh?
yeah, probably, yeah, probably. So yeah, he's gonna be on. He's gonna be probably the richest guest we've ever had.
Now
Awesome.
she's gonna like kick Ahmed off the podcast.
Yeah, she's like,
Place
get out of my way.
Yeah, no, she's amped. So I've been watching
That's awesome.
watching
Congrats,
shows, yeah.
congrats.
Yeah, that's big. So that's happening next Saturday, guys. Sorry, next Saturday. This coming Saturday
At
at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. Of course, if you missed the live, we'll just we'll have it out in a couple hours or whatever. So
Yeah.
anyway, that's
Can I ask you guys a question?
Sure.
yeah.
of course.
All you guys train, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, okay, how long you guys been training for?
I can go first. I've been training from since 2008, but I kind of went on and off for about the first 2 years or so, just
Mhm.
because of school and stuff. But now I train in San Francisco at Half Gracie's, and I've pretty much been training.
Oh, you train with
consistently.
is Wolf there? Wolf and Nick are there, right?
Yeah, Wolf and Nick
Yeah.
are both there. Yeah.
Wolf's sick, man. He's sick.
Yeah, he's really good. he destroys me all the time. But yeah, no, I train there now, and I've been training consistently maybe the last 3 years or so.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I started the same time, 2008. But it's funny, like you might say, oh, that's a long time. That was like late 2008. But back then we didn't know anything. We were only doing jiu-jitsu twice a week, and we're like, oh, that's cool. Like, and we did that for like
That's not a long time at all.
No, I know. So we were doing that for like about 2 years or so, and then we stepped it up a little bit. So, but yeah, that's it.
Awesome.
I train.
Where do you train at?
It's a place.
Oh.
Oh, sorry, Jordan. Go ahead, because Jordan trains with me. So.
Yeah, go ahead, Jordan.
Ahmed and I we train at the same place. It's Kobukan Sisu in Guelph, and I actually started about the same time as Ahmed and Rami as well. I think we started the same year, so
Yeah, it was all within
it's gonna be almost 6 years. No.
Awesome.
Jordan and I. Yeah, because I used to train back there with them, and then Jordan and I actually got our purple belts together. That was pretty cool.
Cool.
And then finally, Adam.
Yeah,
Adam is
the
the only blue
lowest-
belt here.
The lowest ranking member of the podcast, Adam Cousins. So yeah, I've been training for it'll be 3 years this summer. So yeah,
Awesome.
I got my blue last summer.
Hopefully we all can train together one time.
That
Yeah.
would
That'd be amazing. And but I don't want to ever compete against you.
Just don't ever move up to middle, and Ahmed will be okay.
I mean, I guess the
Maybe
only
open
way-
weight. Maybe open weight.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a tall order. But I'll be like, man, can you imagine, how many guys sign up at Worlds on average? I've never done it before. I did Old Man Worlds last year, and there was like
How was that?
50. There was like 50 people. I thought, oh wow, that's a lot. Like, but
Yeah.
how many is it for? It's like
For
100.
last
right?
year Worlds, I had 127 people in my bracket.
Jesus.
Yeah,
How many matches to win gold?
7.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad. That sounds horrible.
It was hard because Pan Am's was my first lightweight, and lightweight usually has like the biggest bracket. So lightweight at Pan Am's, I was like, wow, this is a big bracket. And then like it was my first time doing that many fights, and I got so tired because we waited in the bullpen forever.
Yeah.
And
Just
then
about- you know
at
what?
Worlds, it got a little easier just because training.
We didn't talk about that. Sorry. Just really quick, Pans that you did. You got bronze in that, correct?
I got silver.
Was it silver? Ooh,
Yeah,
sorry.
I fought.
Bad on
Yeah,
me.
I fought. No, it's okay. I fought Dante.
Dante Leon?
Leon. Yeah, that guy's a beast, man.
Yeah, he's not Canadian, is he?
No,
He's
he
in
trains in
Michigan.
Detroit.
In
Yeah.
Detroit? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he comes
Oh,
up
okay.
to Toronto too to train because it's not far, and yeah, he wrecks shit up there too. So um,
Yeah.
yeah, he's really good, and he's in your like I don't know him personally, but I understand he's also a student. He's pretty, he's kind of living the same life you are. He does school and he trains. So
Oh, I didn't know
awesome.
that. I thought he trained full time.
No, sorry to make you feel bad. Now like
Oh, no. That's all in the past. That's all in the past now.
Oh.
I don't.
No,
Yeah, gotta move
no,
on
because
from
like
that.
maybe you would have said in your head, you're like, he trains full time anyway, but now I just kind of ruined it, so I feel kind of bad.
No, it's okay. Don't worry.
Okay,
But
okay.
All right. Okay, so I think that's a wrap. So Rolando
awesome,
kind of
guys.
flipped the script on us and was interviewing us. So that was good. I like
Yeah,
it.
that's the first time anybody has ever done that.
Well, I gotta get to know you guys, you know?
But did you notice how boring it was when you interviewed us?
No, it wasn't. Boy, it was interesting. I like finding out people's like how long they've been training and stuff. So it's really interesting to find things like that.
That's awesome, man.
That's awesome. But thank you so much for coming on. So you've got
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. Hopefully, see you guys soon.
yeah,
Train
you've
all
got,
together.
you've got World Pros coming up.
Yeah. Fly out actually tomorrow.
All right. Well, good luck at World Pros, man.
Thank you. I really
we'll be
appreciate
watching
it.
for sure.
Thank you, you guys.
All right. Well, thank you so much to Rolando for coming on. As Ahmed said, Clark Gregg next Saturday, and that's a wrap for episode 32. So thanks for tuning in. Peace.